Okay, so I just want to show my use case for Loopy Pro, which I'm really digging, and I'm still kind of new to it, though I've used Loopy in the past, so I kind of understand that procedure. One of the things I really like is that it kind of auto detects the tempo that you play in. And obviously this is built more for live, but it doesn't mean that if you don't play live, you can't use it, because there's a lot of use cases, and I'll show some more use cases later. And that's my thing, is kind of just how do you use these programs as far as like in your workflow. So what I like is that being a professional edition is so worthy that you can add audio units now to it, which makes it more useful because most of my instruments are on here unless it's a guitar or a bass, right? So I'm using Koala, which is right here. I'll show you how I got it in. Basically, I hit this, I add an audio unit input, and then I pick Koala. And then there it brings it there. This track here is a hardware input, right? They give you one of those generally when you start in, you get one. And you can pick which channel you want the input. So like my guitars, my bass are all on channel 2, right, for me. So that's there. So what I did was I went in, I have my off-grid set up, built some drums. So let's see if I can, hold on, I'm gonna take it, show you the process. So I went in and did a kick and snare, right? Then I added in this, which was the hats. Then I added in this little open hat, which is actually off right now, so I apologize, because I just added in not too long ago. Then I grabbed my bass and recorded through, and added a bass line, simple bass line. Then this with the bass. And that's pretty much how I would start out. Now, just to show you some interesting things, you'll see the colors coordinate with the here, so you have the ability to adjust, fade, turn up, adjust how you want it to be. And then here's what's really cool is that if you want to add in, let's say you're doing some lead guitar over it or something of that nature. I'm just showing for those that use guitar. ToneStack Pro. I'm gonna grab my guitar. I'm not gonna really play nothing major, but I'm just gonna show you. If you put that on and the effects, now you have a anyway. That's enough. I'm not sitting here trying to play. Get rid of it. Just put your finger on it, throw it off, and it's gone, right? So that's pretty cool. This little hamburger looking thing, or book, stack of books, or whatever you want to call it, gives you the DAW that you can go through, and you can actually lay it out the way you want the track to be with dropouts, etc. Your mixer's still there. Back to your sequencing thing. This thing is pretty spectacular and is worthy of getting the full version too, so that you have all of this. But I think there's a 7-day trial right now, so try the trial out and enjoy that. If you need to remove, add anything, all these different options are available. You can look in there. There's tons of people doing videos on what each option does, and I probably wouldn't use a lot of that. I don't care for the one shots that they're on here. I would prefer to use Koala. I know how to cut it up, but one of the things you can do is you can drop in, because it takes drag and drop. You can cut something up and drag and drop it into a loop. So if you're not familiar with live looping or whatever, and you're not good at that, or your timing or something, just use Koala, build your track in Koala and drop it in here, and then sequence the track in here. So you literally can go and build the whole thing, have each one represent what you want it to be. And there is a way, I saw somebody put words on here. I got to figure that out. I don't know that myself. And then you have this ability with the clip mixer, close that, where you can bring down volumes, pan it left and right in here. So you don't need It's just pretty spectacular, I have to say. And I'm probably going to miss stuff that people are using it for. So watch other people's videos for the extra stuff that I'm not getting. I'll show you more videos as time goes on as to how I might choose to use it in different ways. For right now, some quick live looping, jotting down ideas is pretty good. Now, technically, you could do that in Koala, but this one's a little bit nicer as far as that auto detection. You can't deny that. That auto detection of what you're playing is pretty spectacular. Though, don't let that fool you. Koala is still 100% the one for me with regards to what I would use for an actual sampler. I wouldn't do it in here, but to each his own. The off-grid works great. So if you need to add a MIDI, when you add the audio unit, let's just do that right now real quick. So let's say we're gonna add an audio unit of V tines, right? There it is. But I need to hook this to it. So then touch there, you'll see at the top, MIDI source, and just add the MIDI source in. Let's use off-grid. There we go. So now it's there. So now if I close this out, or I'm gonna open it back up, I wanna pick my sound, just say I pick bossa there, close that out. You'll see the off-grid works for both. Now, that's the only thing I can say is that, see, it's working for both. Let me see. So here's something you can do. You could just mute this one so it's not necessarily triggering the drums. That doesn't mean it's not. It may still be. Let me see. No, that's pretty cool. So if you mute it over here, you could take it off if you're done doing the drums, but let's say you wanted to leave it because you may want to come back. It looks like you can mute it and then the Koala won't respond, but whatever is not muted, which is this one for this one, right? And then here, and let's say this song is in the key, I'm gonna put it in D. Right, so there we are, put it in, on here I'm gonna put it in D. So C, C sharp, D. And it's in chromatic. Let's just play the song. Nope, that is way off. But anyway, you get the point. You can use it in here. I'll have to work with that a little more. So you have options. Let's see if we mute that one, open this one. Mute. Are we back? Oh, you know why? Because we have to go, I have a different program. All right, so we're back. So that's pretty cool. I like that feature where I can just mute the one I don't want it to go to. There's so much stuff to learn about this. I'm already 8 minutes in this video and I'm messing around. If you got any questions, please leave it in there. Beneath the video, let me know if you got any questions and things. Oh, let me just show you this. So if it's playing, but you want to drop something out, if you double tap, it'll take it out immediately. If you do this, single tap, it'll either take it out on the next round, see, or it'll bring it back in depending on what you're doing. Right? You can make a trigger too to make them all drop at the same time. Or get on, if you're doing it live, or get on to your DAW-like feature here and sequence that jammy the way you want it. There you go. So we're almost to 10 minutes. I'm gonna cut it at 10 minutes because I don't want to keep talking just to talk, but pretty cool. Of course, you got all the balance effects. You got the send effects here. Pre-fader or post-fader. You can pick the destination. That's the other thing that's cool too, is that you can add the destination. So technically, I didn't have to have two of these. I could have put the destination as both of these, right? But the issue is, if you want to take it off one and you forget, then you got to take that off. And to me, by the time I do all that, I might as well, let me see how easy it is to take it off. No, see, you got to go in and drop it. Like, I like when it was up here, you could just throw off the effect. But here it looks like you got to You got to go into it. Now I might as well just have two and just mute the one I'm not using so I don't have to do that twice. I think that should be, these MIDI destinations should be a little easier to throw it off and bring it back some kind of way. I don't know how that would work, but that's just a thought, just to make it a lot more fluid. All right, we're past 10 minutes and I'm still talking, so let me get off this thing. All right, that's it for this video. I'm gonna answer whatever questions you have, as well as try my best to learn some more so that I can show you some other cool things. It's not cheap, but it's worthy because the developer is definitely involved and he is going to be doing updates a lot. And I think for $30, it's not bad, because I've wasted way more money on an app that I don't even use right now. And this, I'll get more use out of it. And I'll show you later how you could use it in AUM if you didn't want to work in like a standalone like this. Just a way you could just bring it in there. It would be pretty cool. Anyway, I'll show you that on the next video. All right, I'm out. Bye.